What is the fastest way to actually learn to speak a foreign language? I'm not talking about understanding a bit. I'm talking about opening your mouth and speaking clearly, confidently, without freezing, without translating in your head, without that long pause while your brain searches for a word. This is the question I always get from people who are serious about language learning and want to learn to speak a language fast. And my answer is always the same. The truth is really simple. You don't learn to speak a language by listening. You learn to speak by speaking. And the single most efficient method to develop fluency is translation. Active recall with feedback. This is what neuroscientists recommend for mastering any skill quickly. This is what elite athletes do. And in languages, nothing else comes close. Active recall means you force your brain to retrieve the phrases you need out loud, without reading, without cheating. You translate into the target language and then you check your mistakes instantly. And it's brutal, it's mentally exhausting, but it builds fluency much faster than anything else. Forget all those fantasies about comprehensible input and immersion and all that nonsense. Forget study sessions with Netflix, watching YouTube in the target language, and forget all those worthless apps as well. None of that will help you become fluent. You don't develop a speaking reflex by listening. You develop it by retrieving, failing, correcting, and trying again. This is the real work you need to do, and 99% of language learners will avoid it. Most learners think that the solution is to chat with native speakers, and yes, talking to native speakers is important, but it's rather inefficient for foundational training because you rarely get corrected. You repeat the same mistakes over and over again. Also, you can't practice whenever you want to. And also, you speak by using what you already know. You work around your weaknesses instead of confronting them and fixing them. Active recall solves all those problems. Here's how you do it. You take real phrases, useful phrases, ideally your own phrases, your language islands, sentences you actually need in real life, things you want to be able to say. You review them once, maybe read them or listen to them a single time, and then you look away and translate each phrase from your native language into the target language, aloud. And you will forget a lot of the words you just saw 10 seconds ago. Perfect. This is the signal. This is how learning happens. You check the correct phrase and repeat it out loud correctly. And you carry on. And the first round will be a disaster. But already the second round with the same sentences will be much better. The third round will be even better, and the fourth will be even better. And eventually you'll be able to do it without any mistakes. And that feeling that you suddenly remember entire phrases effortlessly and without mistakes, once you start getting that feeling, that's when you develop fluency. You're literally rewiring your brain. You're building the speaking reflex. And why does this work so well? Well, because it trains 3 different things at maximum intensity. The first thing is your ability to retrieve the information. How quickly you access the language. Recognition is useless if you can't retrieve what you already learned. When it comes to speaking, the most important thing is retrieving the information, remembering fast enough. The second thing this helps you with is accuracy. Your structure, grammar, vocabulary. When you constantly see your errors and you fix them immediately, your accuracy gets way better. You make much fewer mistakes. And of course, that will help you with confidence. But there's more. There's a third thing you also get from this. Muscle memory. Speaking is a physical skill. If you just listen, you don't train your speaking muscles, your mouth. And this technique forces your mouth to practice the exact structures you need. And here's the best part. You can do this from day one, even as a complete beginner. You review your phrases once, and then you try to say them aloud. And you forget everything. You feel daft. Perfect. That means your brain is working. Try again and then again. And each round you'll get better at it, faster, it'll become easier, and you'll start noticing progress. And when you start noticing progress, it becomes addictive. Now, if you combine active recall with shadowing, this means listening and repeating at the same time, your speaking skills will skyrocket. Because shadowing helps you acquire the rhythm and the pronunciation of the language, and active recall builds retrieval, your ability to remember, and also accuracy and confidence. One trains your mouth, the other one trains your brain. And together, they turn you into a fluent speaker, provided you put in the necessary repetitions, of course. Do this daily for 1 month. Your sentences will come out cleaner, faster, with more confidence, not because you understand more, but because you have actually trained the skill of speaking. And let's be honest, most people want to do this because they want apps. They want gamification. They want learning without effort, the lazy way, all that nonsense. And that's why they'll stay stuck at the beginner level forever. But if you are serious about learning, if you truly want fluency, This is the way. Take your phrases, review them, do shadowing with them, and start translating. Look at the feedback and repeat over and over again. This is the work you need to do to become fluent.